Okay, so you know Word, you've probably wrestled with Excel for a class project or a budget, but what if I told you that's like owning a Ferrari and never taking it out of the school zone? There's this incredibly powerful career building tool that you almost certainly already have access to, and we're about to unlock its real potential.
So let me ask you something. What's the most overlooked skill on your resume? Seriously, think about it. Is it, I don't know, learning a new language, a coding boot camp? I'm going to bet it's something hiding in plain sight, something you see every single day, but probably don't think of as a major skill. And well, that's where the opportunity is.
Right? We're talking about the whole Microsoft 365 suite. But look, we're going way beyond just the basics here. There's a secret weapon, really, hiding in that toolkit. It's something most people, your peers, are totally sleeping on. And if you master it, you get a serious edge. Think about mastering M365 like this. It's like you're climbing these steps to get a real competitive edge. Each one is a key skill. And look, it's not just about learning software buttons. No way. You're learning how to manage your time better, how to work with a team, how to communicate like a pro. These are the skills that every job needs. This is how you actually stand out. Okay, so let's zoom out for a second. It's easy to think of these as just separate apps, right? Word does one thing, Excel does another, but that's the wrong way to look at it. You gotta think of it as a whole ecosystem, a digital toolkit. Every tool has its own job, sure, but they all work together beautifully. And in that toolkit, you've got the usual suspects, right? Word, Excel, PowerPoint, that's your content creation crew. You've got Outlook for your email, Teams for all that group work. But then there's that last one, Access. If that name doesn't ring a bell, don't worry. Just stick with me, because that's the powerhouse we're about to get into.
So why M365 and not something else? I mean, you've got Google and Apple, right? Well, what's super interesting here is how M365 is really built for business and, the academic world. It's not just that people are used to it, it's the heavy-duty enterprise-level security and the fact that you get full-blown desktop apps. That means it can handle a level of complexity that the others just can't.
And that power, that complexity, it leads us right to that secret weapon I mentioned, Microsoft Access. Okay, this is where we level up. We're leaving simple documents and spreadsheets behind and stepping into the world of real-deal data management. Now, I know, the word database can sound a little scary, a little technical, but honestly, the concept couldn't be simpler. It's just a structured way to hold a bunch of data. Think of it like a giant digital filing cabinet, but one that's super smart and incredibly fast at finding exactly what you're looking for. And this is basically how it all breaks down. First, you've got your tables. That's where all the raw info lives, just rows and columns. Then the magic part, queries. This is where you ask questions to filter and find the exact data you need. Forms, they're just user-friendly screens to pop data in or look it up. And finally, reports. They let you design these slick, professional summaries of your data. See? It's pretty straightforward when you break it down. Okay, so that middle part, asking questions of your data, that might still sound a bit like programmer speak, but I promise you, it's something you already do, all the time, every single day. You just don't realize it. And here it is. This is the big aha moment. A Google search is a query. You're literally asking a question of a massive database. Every time you search for something online, you're querying a database. So see, you're already a pro at using databases. Now it's time to learn how to build them. All right, let's look at a real example. Imagine you have this giant spreadsheet, right, with thousands of student records. Instead of scrolling forever, you write this one simple line. You're basically telling the computer, hey, go find me everybody with a GPA over 3.5. And boom, instantly you get just the list you need. That's the power we're talking about. But hold on, it's not just about finding stuff. Databases are dynamic. They manage things. This query right here, it doesn't just read info, it changes it. It's telling an inventory system, okay, someone just bought item 101, so drop the count by 1. This is literally how every online store and warehouse keeps track of its stock in real time. Okay, so why does any of this matter for your career? Because literally every single industry today runs on data. Knowing how to handle it isn't some nerdy niche skill anymore. It's a fundamental requirement if you want to be successful. And you can see this everywhere. In healthcare, they're analyzing patient data to find trends. Finance, they're building complex financial models. Marketing, you bet they're tracking every click on their campaigns.
engineering, education, it just goes on and on. It's the same core skill, just applied to different kinds of information.
All right, gotta be upfront here. There is one pretty big catch with Microsoft Access. It's a Windows-only program, a desktop program at that. It's not going to work on your Mac, your Chromebook, or your iPad. So, yeah, it's an incredibly powerful tool, but you've got to be in the Windows world to use it.
Okay, so let's wrap this idea up. When you move past just the basics of Word and Excel, when you really start to master the whole M365 suite, especially a powerful data tool like Access, you are building a real, tangible advantage for your career. Simple as that.
And you know what the best part is? The price. If you're a student, there's a really good chance you can get all of this for free from your school. And even if you can't, plans start at something like $6 a month. I mean, think about that. The return you get on that tiny investment, the skills, the job opportunities, it's just massive.
So at the end of the day, it really all boils down to this. We are all surrounded by data. It's everywhere, in our jobs, in our lives. Learning the tools to actually manage it gives you a kind of superpower. The power to find answers, to spot patterns no one else sees, and to make way smarter decisions. So really, the only question left is, what questions are you going to ask?